Welcome today. My name is Dr. Lotanna Okoye, and I'm excited to talk to you today on this special program, especially speaking to our top CEOs, civil servants, senior military officers, top professionals, and of course, some of you are managers of, you control a lot of people under your leadership and all of that. Today is a great day, and I'm glad to speak to you. Right? The Professional Public Speaking and Leadership Academy Abuja is designed to help you. We exist to help you in this area, this major area where you require a lot of perfection, right? This is one area where a lot of top executives, do have issues, in trying to communicate to their staff, communicate to their clients, communicate to their, stakeholders, communicate to their partners and all of that. Would like to help to be sure that you as a CEO, you are perfected in this very area. All right. So today, what are the importance of good communication skills for a CEO? What are the importance of good communication skills as a senior military officer, as a senior civil servant, as a senior manager in your company? What exactly is the importance of this to you? And of course, to everyone listening to me, this is one skill, one compulsory necessary skill that is required, by everyone. If you are going to make sense in your career, in your business, in your profession, it is important that you learn the skill and begin to perfect it. Okay. The first thing you see is that as a CEO, having the skills help you to inspire and motivate your team. It helps you to ensure that your team is always motivated. Imagine what it looks like when you cannot communicate well. You always delegate that at all times. And you see, that is why most times in conferences, not just because of this, but sometimes because of, this, a lot of top executives delegate a lot of conferences to their subordinates just because the fear of the public speaking is still there, right? But let's discuss within your system, within your organization, how far do you communicate? How good are you with public speaking? Because from time to time, you need to stand before your staff, you need to stand before your board, you need to stand before your executive team and all of that to say something. And most times people are not bold enough to do that. So if you are a leader, if you are an executive and you are able to communicate well, one of the things you see is that you're able to inspire your team for peak performance. You now give them a sense of direction. And that is why vision must be communicated. Whatever vision that is not communicated, especially coming from you, most times does not, it doesn't land well. So if you look at your organization, there may be a tendency that communication, there's a lot of communication gap, okay? When it comes to you, the boss, you, the CEO, you, the manager, being able to communicate well to the people you are leading. And that is a skill you need to learn. Number two is that when you have this skill, it builds trust and credibility, right? It helps you to build trust and credibility. Strong public speaking and communication skills, help you to build trust and credibility with your audience, including with your staff. They know that our boss, is strong enough in this area, and of course, people can work with you. People will be willing to work with you. Most times, people, gain attention is not really because they know what they are saying, but because of the confidence and the boldness that they present, with, and that's very important. So, as a CEO, as a boss in the office, you will need to learn this skill. Your stakeholders need to listen to you and get convinced, right? Your team members need to listen to you and get inspired, and of course build credibility, and they are able to trust your judgment. Okay. Number three is that it brings about clear communication. Clear communication talks about you being able to send a message in a very clear way. You know what you want to say, and you say the way you want to say it, or the way you're supposed to say it. Now, avoiding being misunderstood or avoiding error in any way. So this tells me that this is a skill you will not be able to run away from. If for any reason now you still have a level of fear in you, speaking to 10, 15, 30, 100%, 200%, let me say this, is very clear. Someday you'll be asked to make a presentation somewhere. So this is why you need to start now to deal with it. I'm trying to bring to you the clarity so you can see the importance of this skill. Again, for some people, this has been a challenge in their business. This has been an issue because from time to time you engage in meeting with a group of people, and all the time you have this fear in you. Even part of this is negotiating skills, right? Which will have time to split down with time. So clear communication is part of the benefit. If you learn the public speaking skill, you are able to, communicate very clearly. Another one is collaboration and teamwork. People that have this orator power, they are able to access businesses. They are able to collaborate. They're able to enter offices. They're able to do a lot, right? You're able to structure partnerships. So effective communication skills facilitate collaboration, it facilitates teamwork, and again, it helps you to drive productivity, and then you are able to achieve your goals. There are goals that you, the boss, must be part of driving. So you don't just delegate and look away. From time to time, you come back and inspire, you come back, talk about it, you come back and see what they are doing, you come back and find out what's going on. All these are part of communication. Right now, these are internal within your company, but again, there are times you need to go out there to be part of a team, to be part of a group, to be part of a panel, all of this, and you need to prepare for this. You need to prepare for this. If you're a man going somewhere great, you need to prepare for this. The next is the issue of conflict resolution. Conflict resolution. So good communication skill, good public speaking skill helps you to deal with conflict resolution very well. When conflict comes your way, do you know how to resolve it as a leader? Do you know the right words? Do you know how to, get into people's mind and think, get to know what they are thinking about? Do you perceive and be able to communicate rightly? So it's so important you learn the public speaking skill, especially if you don't have it, or if you require a level of work, then you need to work on it. Okay. Then the next one says representation. Representation means from time to time you will need to represent the company. You will need to say something somewhere, and that's a very serious one. I've seen very senior, executives, top, executive in companies, when they give them microphone to talk, suddenly their hands, start shaking. Suddenly they start, stammering. Suddenly, all of that. They start even begging, literally. I'm not ready. I wasn't told. All of that. Hey, you need to grow beyond that. You need to work on yourself to be ready at all times, to give an impromptu speech. And these are the things we want to offer you. We want to take time, spend time with you to be sure that you perfect this entire area, on articulation, on presentation, on, closure, all of that. How do you start? How do you, use acronyms to develop your speech and all of that? So you see, the area of representation is so important. You are the ambassador of that organization. Everywhere you speak, your organization has spoken. So if you mess up in your presentation, then there is a gap you need to deal with. That company will not have a good reputation. Okay? And don't be surprised. You may be the next person the camera is coming to. Maybe the next person the press will be asking a question. So how do you do it? You run away? You tell them you are not ready? No, you need to work on that. Now you understand that good communication skill also help you in your decision making, especially when you've made a decision. How do you communicate it? How do people get to know the decisions you've made? It's so important that it's clear. Clear communication, therefore, enables informed decision making, right? You're able to make an informed decision. You're also able to explain and align your stakeholders, align your leaders, align your members of staff, align, the squad you're working with, your team, right? To understand your decision. Sometimes you need to defend it, right? Sometimes you need to explain it. All of these coming together, they're all about speaking. They're all about communication. Let me say something. Every one of us, every day we speak. We are speakers, right? If you're a leader, then you're a speaker because you are speaking on a daily basis. But we want to help you to perfect it and to grow it moving forward. And of course, you have things on employment engagement. When you're engaging your employees, there is a need for them to see that speaking prowess in use. Therefore, leaders with strong communication skill can engage employees, right? Boosting their morale, boosting their productivity. At the time they walk up to you, there is a word that comes out of you. There is this courage they live with. There is this boldness they live with. And how do you do that? It has to come from your mouth. Of course, by example also. So these are areas you need to work on. Then, of course, in leadership, when we talk about leadership is so important. Good public speaking skill and communication skill, of course, are very essential for leaders. to establish their credibility, establish their trustworthiness, and of course inspire their followers, right? You can imagine when a president cannot speak well. You can imagine when a governor cannot communicate well. You can imagine when a manager is stammering at every point in time you want to address his staff. You can imagine when you give a commissioner a microphone to speak and the guy is fumbling, right? So these are skills that we need to learn, and this is the right time for you to do that. Once you are able to invest and learn this, one of the things you see is enhanced leadership. Your leadership presence is enhanced anywhere you walk into, right? Just recognizing you and giving you a microphone is not a problem. The boldness is there, the courage is there. Again, it helps to build trust and credibility, right? Once you're able to build this capacity, it's a capacity you need to invest in. And of course, it helps you to drive productivity and success in that organization. Everybody will be doing their best because they've heard clearly from you. The vision has been casted, the goal has been set and communicated, and of course, it's trickling down, the cadre. So everybody will want to comply, because it's coming from you. Don't think when your subordinate says something is as strong as when you say it. It's not the same. So most times the word of the CEO, the words of the commanding officer, if you're in the military terrain, your words, as an executive makes more sense, right? Compared to the line managers and all of that. So of course, you are able to cast your vision. You're able to explain the strategy. You are able to break things down. So these are part of communication skill. And again, you're able to inspire your team, motivate your team, make sure that they're on their toes walking, right? Inspiration comes from the inside. The word inspire comes from the inside. So you must have it. You must build it. You must learn it and become it. And of course, you are able to navigate complex situations with ease. The vocal power, your mouth is powerful. When you have these skills, you're able to navigate things. You know what to say per time. You know how to present it. You know how to articulate your words. You know how to put things together, and then you see situations bow to you, right? This is one skill you must invest on. You need to learn, of course, and build capacity. And finally, you're able to represent your organization with confidence and authority, right? So if you are that person that needs all of this is your moment. You have all the opportunity to speak to us, and then we'll be able to design a program for your one-on-one coaching for you, and we'll take it up from there. This is so important at a time like this. The world is moving forward. Things are changing. A lot of development. Things, we're even in the world of AI now. Imagine. And we're still talking public speaking, right? We want to help you to cross this level so you can get into bigger things, right? But this is key in growing your company, in growing your organization, in guaranteeing productivity, in your own personal life, in your own effectiveness. You need this. And that is why it's coming your way at a time like this. We are in the city of Abuja, ready to help at time. And this is a nationwide service. It has nothing to do with your location. We're able to help you from wherever you are. And then let's get talking with the contacts you have on the screen, right? Signing out today, Dr. Lotanna Okoye, but always remember that yes, you can make this difference. You can become that world leader the world is looking out for. You can get to any height you choose to get to, right? Now look at that company again. Look at effective communication. Look at strategy. Look at the issue of building the company's reputation. Look at every areas we've mentioned today. It can be better. Your team can learn this. Your team of leaders can also learn this. So both personal and corporate training is very possible. Okay? So let's get talking and have a blessed day.